ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां समस्तजन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। हरि ओम्। So two very important aspect in Vedanta. One is Brahman, another one is Maya. Brahman has three aspects, three nature. The nature of Brahman is Sattva, Chitta, Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. It's not pleasure, this is bliss. Maya has got three things: Asat, Jada, and Dukkha. So, Chitta is expressed in Ghora, Mudha, Vritti. Ananda is expressed in Sattva Vritti, Shanta Vritti. Asat is not there, just leave it. Okay. Jata is expressed in stones and inert things. Jata aspect of Maya. Dukkha aspect of Maya is expressed in Gauravrti, Motavrti. This is what we studied. So it's very important quality the student should have: discrimination. So social discrimination is different. This is Vedantic discrimination. Okay. So in some context, the same word will have different meaning. So when you open, we need to develop discrimination. They will misunderstand. Hey, what is this man is talking? We need to develop discrimination there in Vedanta. Viveka. So Viveka is a very strong quality we need to have here to separate Brahman from Maya. So taking away Brahman from Maya. So we have to understand what is the aspect of Brahman, what is the aspect of Maya, how to separate it. Very elaborately he gives detailed information. Yesterday we studied, okay, how to meditate Sat, how to meditate Chitta, how to meditate Ananda. All we have studied. You have recorded version also, so no need to go. We have to cover so many things today, okay? So many questions, nice questions we have today. So supporting with our points, what we are studying from Panchadasi, so we have to get support from Taittiriya Upanishad, Anandavalli, Shikshavalli, Anandavalli, Bhriguvalli. Three, the sections we have in Taittiriya Upanishad. Anandavalli gives very elaborate discussion on Ananda. Any person wants to know what is Manushya Anandam. Sir, I am a human being, sir. There is no doubt. Yes, I am a human being. So what is the real 100% Ananda? I want to get 100% Ananda in this human life. Dharma, Artha, Kama. So there is no wrong in it. So I want to enjoy the life. Please tell me the parameters so that I can try to get 100% Ananda. If anybody wants to know that, then we have to go to Taittiriya Upanishad, Anandavalli. This is that mantra. Very nice mantra. Saishananda Samima Gumsa Bhavati Yuvasyat Sadhu Yuvadhyayakaha Ashishto Drishto Balishtaha Tasyayam Prithvi Sarva Vittasya Purna Syat Sayeko Eka Manusha Anandaha. This is called one Manusha Ananda. If person has got this kind of things, then he is enjoying one Manusha Ananda. What are they? The yardstick for measurement of a human joy. Human joy. Human joy is defined as a joy of good looking. Good looking. First 40 mark only. First qualification, 40 mark, 20 mark, good looking. Okay, well behaved. Good looking, well behaved, self-controlled. Yo, completely gone. Educated, it's okay. Healthy, it's okay, I can mind. Young man, full of aspiration, determination, and mental strength. Okay. Physically, mentally, intellectually, he has to be very, very strong and right. All these qualifications, when we fulfill all the qualifications, then, and one more thing, the person should be the master of the whole earth. So he should have the power to control the whole earth. There is no power to control my own family. Then what to talk about the country and the whole world? There's no power in my own house. If the person gets this kind of things, then he enjoys one Manushananda, one unit of Manushananda. So nowhere you get these details. Upanishad is talking about this. This is Manushananda. This is the right place to touch Upanishad. Okay, and this mantra continues. Now said, Teye Shatam Manusha Ananda. If you put all the 100 Manusha Ananda put together, 100 Manusha Ananda. First Manusha Ananda, you have to describe. Put 100 Manusha Ananda. Sayeko Manusha Gandharvanam Ananda. So 100 Manusha Ananda put together, then that is equal to one Manusha Gandharvanam Ananda. Then Shrotriyasya Chaka Mahatasya. Then person learns. He learns Vedas. He becomes master of Vedas. Study. And he is coming out of desire. As we study more and more, reflect more and more, when we come out of desire, then we get more Ananda. So that Ananda, we are going closer to Brahmananda. You put 100 Ananda of Manushya Gandharva, then that is Sayeko Deva Gandharvanam Ananda. 100 Deva Gandharvanam Ananda, Sayeka Pitrunam Chiraloka Lokanam Ananda. Like that it goes. 100 Pitru Chira Lokanam Ananda put together. Sayeka Ajana Janam Devanam Ananda. Then it goes like that. Karma Devanam Devanam Ananda. Then, so the mantra goes. Then Indrasya Ananda, Brihaspati Ananda, Prajapati Ananda, Sayeko Brahman Ananda. Unimaginable. It's like ocean. We are simply sitting in the home and eating and drinking, sleeping. Very simple Ananda. We are Alpananda. The Vishayananda is very Alpananda. It's a very vast subject, the vast Ananda. It's called Brahmananda. Okay? Now, yes, we will continue our Panchadasi. Few more slokas. This is concluding slokas only. Already you understood all subjects, all the deeper aspect of Panchadasi, 15th chapter. Okay. Na dhyanam jnana yoga abhyam brahma vidya eva sakalu. Dhyanena ekagrim apanne chitte vidya sthiri bhavet. The 4 above mentioned exercise are the sadhanas, 4 sadhanas. Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama, Uttamottama. When we discussed yesterday, we are meditating only on Chitta, Satta, Chitta, Ananda. Mere meditations or not mere meditations. Yes, this is a point. Not mere, no mere meditation. This is not a dhyanam what we have done yesterday. Dhyanam only you told yesterday. How to meditate? Whenever we see stone, so the Maya aspect of the stone we have to remove and the Satta aspect we have to see. This is called meditation. This is the style of the Vedantic text. They say everything. Finally, whatever you studied, you should understand different way. What is this? Yesterday we were discussing only on. So you remove this asat, see the sat. Remove the dukkha and see this ananda. This is what he explained yesterday. Vidyaranya Swami. Today this is not dhyanam. Jnana Yogabhyam Brahma Vidya eva sakalu. So what we have studied is Brahma Vidya, not Dhyana. The question comes, then what is the difference between Dhyanam and Brahma Vidya? Both are same. See, but Brahma Vidya alone. So what we have studied so far is not Dhyanam, that is Brahma Vidya. Okay. They are accompanied by knowledge and yoga. By meditation, the mind gets concentrated. The knowledge, it gets firmly rooted. Now see, Dhyanam means the same kind of thought flow is moving towards a thing, whether it is Nirguna or Saguna. Same kind of thought flow. Taila Dharavat. When we pour oil, how the oil flows without any break. So this is Dhyana, repeated thinking. The repeated thinking we need to have practice. Okay, this is called Dhyana. Vidya means, Brahma Vidya means, we have to sit and ask question. How? Why? What? When we sit and think, when we analyze and understand, this is called Brahma Vidya. Analysis, the understanding comes based on analysis, is called Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Subject is Brahman, therefore Brahma Vidya. Is it okay? So here there is no analysis, only practicing. Somebody told something, I heard, that I keep on repeating, what they're thinking about it. Same thought flow, when you practice same thought flow, that is called Dhyanam. When we analyze, that is called Brahma Vidya. Is it okay? So what yesterday we have discussed, that is Dhyanam only. We have come into conclusion that we have to meditate on this objects. Sattva, Chitta, Ananda, we have to meditate on that. Yesterday we concluded, but 4 days we have been studying Brahma Vidya. Okay? The whole chapter is nothing but Brahma Vidya, analysis only. After analysis, we have to meditate on this Brahma. So Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasnam comes. So whatever we have studied, we have not studied Dhyanam, we have studied Brahma Vidya only. But Dhyanam also finally is taken up. We have to meditate. Dhyanena ekagrem apanne chitte. So by dhyana, by meditation, we get concentration. This is also needed. By knowledge, then we get firmly rooted. So without knowledge, when you meditate, something happens, we'll drop there is no conviction, we'll drop the meditation. When knowledge is there, even though we are not meditating, when time comes, we'll sit and meditate. Getting it? So both are, complementing each other. We should not say which is greater. Is this Dhyanam greater or Brahma Vidya greater? We should not have that kind of discussion, sir. Both are complementing each other. Knowledge, firmly rooted. Knowledge gives a conviction because we have done analysis, very clear. Meditation brings the concentration. Is it okay? Whether we discuss meditation or not, you tell me that meditation also is there. Main point is Brahma Vidya. Meditation adds more value. That's all. Okay? So what we have discussed is Brahma Vidya. That is the point. Brahma Vidya means what? Analysis should be there. So what is that in me? It prompts my mind to go into the object. What is that? Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha. The student asks, then he is ready for Brahma Vidya because he has the mind to analyze. When we analyze, you remove the ignorance and get the knowledge, is called Brahma Vidya. And whatever we got Brahma Vidya from this analysis, when we keep on thinking on that, that is called meditation. Is it okay? Right. Vidyayam Satchitananda Akandaikara Satmatam Prapya Bhantina Bedena Beda Upadi Varjanat. Okay? The true knowledge, existence, consciousness, and bliss. Sat, Chit, Ananda, Akhanda, Ekara Satmata, Akhanda. Having become partless, Akhanda means partless one. Akhanda, Ekara Satmata. Prapya, having reached this, now we reached Brahman. In 4 days, reached Brahman. That's why you have to attend this kind of yajnas. It will take more time when we study Panchadasi. First day we will take Panchadasi. Next month only we will open the book Panchadasi. If you attend this, fifth day you attained. That's prapya. Having attained. What is the Brahman? What kind of Brahman? Vidya. By through Vidya. Through Vidya. Sat, Chit, Ananda, Akanda, Eka Rasatmatam Prapya. Bhanti. Shine. Undifferentiated. Na bedena Bhanti. Bhanti means it shines. There is no division in it. Why? Bedaka Upadhi Varjanat. The Upadhi only brings the condition. The conditioner brings the condition. Upadhi. All the Upadhi have gone. Due to the absence of the differentiating conditioning. Absence. Upadhi Varjanat. So we have broken all the Upadhis. How we break this part in the same way we have broken. So we have gone beyond the body, beyond the mind, even beyond Goravritti, beyond Moodavritti, beyond Shantavritti. Okay, Shantavritti also is not that. Is also that, what do you call, Upadhi only. Beyond Shantavritti, beyond Goravritti, beyond Moodavritti. We have crossed. By Vedaka Upadhi Varjanat. Absence of the conditioner. Okay? When we break all the things, then we become one with Akhanda Ekarasatmatam Prapya Bhanti shines. Now, the sadhaka reached that Brahman. Shanta Gora Shiladhyascha Vedaka Upadaya Mata. So, what is the conditioning thing? The three things. Shantavritti, Goravritti, Shiladhyaha. So, one more thing we have to remember. Shantavritti also is conditioning the truth. Vedanta, finally they will come and they will go. Also, the tool with which you are handling everything, finally that tool also they will put in the fire. So the whole, for 5 days we were focusing on Shanta, Shanta, Shanta. In Shanta only, or the Ananda is reflected. Shanta is only, in Shanta only Ananda is reflected. Now they are telling Shanta also is Vedaka Upadhi only. Oh, so our Pinam Sudu Tadipol, our Ramana Maharishi, he uses the word. When you go to cremation ground, particularly Kashi, Varanasi, that ghat, Manikarnika ghat, all the dead bodies they will burn. So this man will take big stick and put the dead body on the fire, and he will go around this body and will adjust. Adjust means what? Not decorating the body to burn the body. Here and there he goes and he makes sure that he is burning properly. Otherwise he will come out. So much of desires. He is going around this body and adjusting the body. Body should go into ashes. So he was using the big stick. Finally, he will throw that stick also into that fire. So our Maharishi says that you have to use this, the inner instrument. Finally, you have to drop that inner instrument also at that. Pinam Sudu Tadipol. This is the Tamil line. Pinam means the dead body. Sudu means when you burn this. Tadipol, the stick. You have to throw it. Shantavritti also you have to throw. Shantavritti also belongs to Upadhi only. Mataha. This is my opinion. Mata means opinion. Shanta Gora Shiladhyascha. Because in Shila, Sat, we have to meditate. In Goravritti, Sat Chit, we have to meditate. Shantavritti, Ananda, we should meditate. This is the instructions given. Is it okay? To meditate on Sattva, Chitta, Ananda, this kind of Upadhis we used. Now we have crossed, we have gone beyond the Upadhis. Now all the Upadhis are absent here. So Yoga Vivekataha Va. Yesham. Whether we use yoga, whether we use Viveka. Yoga means here meditation, not Karma Yoga. Here meditation. Viveka means knowledge, discrimination. We use meditation or knowledge. Upadhinam apakriti. So to destroy all the upadhis. Finally. Serene or agitated thoughts and stones are the differentiating conditionings. Upadhi. Either by yoga or discrimination. Discrimination means here knowledge. Yoga means not karma yoga again. So sometimes yoga means dhyana yoga, karma yoga. So even in Bhagavad Gita also, according to the context, the name of the meaning of the yoga is completely different. Conditioning are removed. Okay. So what are the upadhis? Shanta vritti, Ghora vritti, Muda vritti. That's all. Muda is included in the Ghora vritti. Shiladhyaha. If all the conditionings are removed, whether we can use meditation or knowledge. By both also we can break all the upadhis. Okay. Nirupadhika Brahmatve. Now we do not have any upadhis. No Shanta vritti, no Ghora vritti, no Muda vritti. Everything is eradicated completely, burnt. Nirupadi Brahmatatve Bhasamane Swayam. Only the Brahman is shining. We attained today moksha. You go to sleep peacefully. Why? Today I got a realization. Nirupadi. There is no Brahmatatve Bhasamane Swayam Prabhi. Shining. Brahman is shining. Advaite. So we reached Advaita Siddhi. Advaite Triputi Nasti. Triputi is Nyatru Nyaya Jnana. The knower, known, and the knowing. Triputi. The Triputi Nasti. There is no Triputi. Bhumanando Ata Uchate. This is called Bhumananda. But you started Vishayananda? Yes. Vishayananda is the entrance, the gateway. Now we reached Bhumananda. Bhumananda means what that? Ananda, endless, bliss. This is called Bhumananda Ata Uchate. We reached. So all our scriptures are asking us to drop desire, to drop pleasure, to get Bhumananda. So while we are trying to get Bhumananda, on the way we have to take little pleasure, reflected. Otherwise I will die. Sir, I am traveling. Journey is very long. Bhumananda is lying down somewhere. Can I have something on the way? Reflected Bhumananda. Little. Otherwise life becomes so dry. So definitely will get small here and there, small joy. It's okay. But focus on Bhumananda. So when in the practical life, what we are doing, so when we become so spiritual, focusing only on Bhumananda, all the Anandas, all the things, I drop everything, I become 100%. Sir, you understand practically, Bhumananda is our aim. On the way, we get here and there, small, have it and move, that's all. Small things, have it and move forward. My final goal is Bhumananda. Okay? All right. Advaita Tripudi. We reach, that's all. When the unconditioned, self-shining, non-dual reality is known, the triad of knower, knowing and known, the Tripudi. Jnatru, Jnana, Jnaya. Not there. Therefore, it is called infinite bliss. We achieved it today. 5th day. Okay? Bhumananda. Brahmananda Abhide Granthe Panchama Adhyaya Iritaha Vishayananda Yetena Dwarena Anta Pravishyata. In this 15th chapter, okay, he says, the second section, in the section called Bliss of Brahman, Brahmananda Abhide, all this Ananda aspect, the 5 chapters, last 5 chapters. Granthe Panchama Adhyaya. This is 5th chapter, the last chapter. 15th chapter only. So if you take total book, 15th chapter, only the Ananda Prakarana is the 5th chapter. Vishayananda, Yetena Dwarena, this is the gateway. Anta Pravishyatam, enter into this Bhumananda. He says, this is a gateway, just enter. What is the gateway? Study about Ghora Vritti, Muda Vritti, Shanta Vritti. You study, catching this Muda, Ghora and Shanta Vritti, enter into that, and you reach Brahma, Bhumananda. What a great... This is not the gateway outside we see. This is not the objective gateway we see outside. And this is subjective gateway. It's a very subtle gateway. We have to understand and we have to keep on entering into that. Completely subjective. So every jiva should come to this gateway to enter into Brahmananda, Bhumananda. Brahmananda, Bhumananda both are same. Every individual should evolve up to this level. From here only our sadhana starts. What is sadhana? Jnana sadhana. Jnana sadhana means what? Whenever we see inert object, sat. Gora muda vritti, chit. Sat chit. Shanta vritti, ananda. Udasinya, uttamottaman. So this is the real jnana sadhana. So if we say do sadhana means wait. You go and sit for half an hour for meditation, half an hour. This time, only 22 minutes meditation and 7 minutes japa and 2 minutes prayer. We scheduled. I have done sadhana. When we get up from the sadhana, immediately we'll come and start fighting. After immediately from puja room, only fight on. You have come from puja room, but you start fighting. Yes, I heard everything, whatever you spoke, sitting in the puja room. You are not doing meditation, yes. Parallelly, I heard this also. I was there in deep meditation because you disturbed me. Little I heard. Not little, you heard everything, each and every words now you are telling. Sitting in the puja room. When we go to puja room, in our home, all people are, hey, talk silently, he will hear. Yeah, that should not be like this. Taking out the Gora Vritti, Muda Vritti. And he has explained how to do Jnana Sadhana. In our case, otherwise, I have chanted Bhagavad Gita. Every day, one chapter I will chant. And every day, Vishnu Sahasranamam. And how long will it take? Just 7 minutes to finish Vishnu Sahasranamam. One chapter daily I will read Bhagavad Gita. Without reading Bhagavad Gita, I will not eat. How many years? 25 years. Still that agitation is there. 25 years of chanting, still you are agitated. Only upasana. You are doing activity. You are not really come to this place, analyze, understand how to enter. Okay, this is the real evolution. Real growth is inside. Okay. When we study this kind of Panchadasi, Upanishad, the Brahma Sutra, and we understand this kind of very subtler evolutionary steps, all the Upanishad, all the Purana stories, all the epics, all the Idihasa, Purana, all these things meant for the beginners. When we study all those things, we understand story. Slowly we come to understand the moral of the story. Slowly that Purana, Idihasa only bring to this level, we are ready to enter into Brahmananda. Okay? To bring all the jivas to this gate only, we have 18 Puranas and Idihasas. So Idihasas, Puranas meant for the beginners. Bala. Therefore, we are teaching Idihasa Purana Bala Vihar. We are not conducting on Panchadasi, Brahma Sutra there. They will grow and they will come to this gateway to enter into Brahmananda. So in Idihasa Purana, ordinary people are asking question. How the Asuras come, how this is happening. Sir, this is very nice story meant for a deeper purpose. Okay, Idihasa Purana, through Idihasa Purana, we will come and understand this. In Narakasura Vada Mandala, see, Krishna goes and that kills Narakasura. Okay, kills Narakasura. And Narakasura has got one our supervisor. Manager will be there. Narakasura has got one supervisor. His name is Mura. This Mura Asura has got 5 heads. Panchashira, Daitya Panchashira. He is also Daitya. Narakasura. The word Nara also indicates the human being. Nara. Another Naraka means the Narakaloka, the hell. Asura brings the life of hell, the Naraka Asura. So Krishna comes and kills it. So if you study Bhagavad, the 59th chapter of 10th canto, you just go and study because Deepavali comes, you can explain to our children. The 59th chapter, 10th canto, Bhagavad, Srimad Bhagavad. It is very nicely built there. Narakasura is living in a big fort. The fort is made up of first, the wing is made up of mountains. Giri Durgaihi. Next, Sastra Durgaihi. Next, made up of weapons. Very big area. First is, what is that? First layer is made up of mountain. Next is weapons. And next one is water. And next one is fire. Next one is air. So all the 5 layers of the force is nothing but this body, Panchabhuta. Getting it? Mountain, Sastra, and over the water, fire, and air, all the Panchabhuta is made up of fire. This is the fort. In that fort, that Mura is sitting and taking care. Mura is who is Mura? Is mind. Mura has got Panchashira, 5 for the heads. So mind is connected with the 5 sense organs. Mura has got five heads. Well, the Mura has got so many, and the web, what do you call them? Yes, web only. How the spider is making the web in the same way. This is called Mura Pasha. Pasha. Mura Pasha. The word Pasha is used in Bhagavad. Pasha means what? Attachments. The mind through the 5 sense organs brings so much of attachments. Mura Pasha. So that Mura is sleeping there. When Krishna comes and calls this Mura comes up and he kills Mura. First, he's using all the Gada Ayuda, Asi, or the sword, Chakra Ayuda, all kinds of weapons. That is what all kinds of weapons means what? Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Sadka, Sampati, Mumukshutvam, all the qualities. So Krishna is using all the weapons and what they're hitting one by one, all what that, destroying all the fort and going in near the Mura. Mura also killed. Finally, Narakasura was killed. What is this? Deepavali. Destruction of physical body, mind, intellect, ego. That's all. When you destroy the enemy, you celebrate by taking Ganga. Because the Vadam has happened. Narakasura Vadam. So we have to take bath early morning. Put some oil, take bath and new dress. Because the old dress we used to destroy this fellow. Take this old dress, put new dress. And we have to enjoy this. Take sweet and crackers. Getting it? So this, what is that? Entrance into Bhumananda. You getting it? Destroying or the Gora Vritti Mood. See, the Gora Moodha means nothing but Asura thoughts. Are you getting it? The brilliant idea of a subjective Brahma Vidya is kept in the form of Krishna is killing Narakasura. What a great culture we belong to. Interestingly, just to see that I have watched many videos on this. These videos, people are talking worst thing about Deepavali, criticizing and what that, making fun of Deepavali. Why these people are doing this? Just to go and search all the things online, net. Different stories. Asinga. All the stories of how Varaha Avatara comes and Varaha Avatara unites with the Bhuma Devi, how they got Narakasura. They are focusing on that only. How Narakasura is getting birth. See that Buddhi, how it's working. So how they are living, in the same way they want to have the interpretation from Puranas. Puranas meant for the pure-hearted or the soul want to get liberation. That is meant for Hindu Saratana Dharma. If you have faith, you come here. Otherwise, you have to get out. So other faith people should not come here and talk bad about this faith. Then if you go and do that, this kind of things are lying down in online network. Then those who are giving talk on Deepavali also worst. So people like you only should take up this kind of talk and you have to talk, elaborate. This is the Deepavali. Okay? So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'm going to make very nice presentation there. Just I released today, unofficially, about Deepavali. Tomorrow is official. And Monday, we are going to have a state level conference for youth. For that only, I'm going to give 15 minutes talk on Deepavali. So I prepared it. So all the slokas and the pictures. Narakasura Vada is nothing bad over there. See, we are that Asura, living in Naraka. Therefore, our name is Narakasura. Why we are living in that? We have Mura. Who is Mura? Panchashira, the 5 heads. Who is that? Agangara. Pasha Mura has created the Pasha. What is that? All attachment only. There he is living in fort. The fort is very... Fort also the arranged properly. First was the mountain, then Astra Sastra, getting it. Then water, fire. So according to these elements, the subtlety of the elements is arranged. Pakka. The construction of the story is very brilliant by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. So the story is made for the people to enjoy, to celebrate. One day they will come and study Bhagavatam, they will understand Bhagavatam, and they will come to Panchadasi, they will come to Brahmananda, Vishayananda, they will enter. This is how they made the route. From the physical celebration, subtle or that entry, then what a great path they made. Brilliant path. All the roads are well connected. If you start your journey, definitely you will go and reach the moksha. Brilliant culture. Whoever we may be, whatever the faith we belong to, if you are there in Sanatana Dharma, your road is connected with the main road, definitely will reach one day. So you see, brilliant Sanatana Dharma, okay? So therefore we have come here to enter into Brahmananda. Okay, now, with this sloka, the Brahmananda is over, okay? With this sloka, the chapter is over. This is the final sloka we have received. We make use of Goravrti, Mudavrti, Shantavrti. Shantavrti also is Upadhi. We enter into Brahmananda. Now, chapter is over. So, this is another ball throw for that. I forgot this technical name, throwing, that ball. But you know that, okay. So, when this man rotates this ball, okay? Rotate the ball. Very powerfully, he has to rotate. He used all his power. Oh, you just go and the ball is given, just you take and you keep on rotating. So this man should not keep on rotating more than 1 hour, 2 hours. Sir, you have to throw it away. To throw it away, only you have to rotate. You keep on rotating 2-3 hours. The whole day. What will happen? The same way, dharma, artha, kama is like spinning, getting the cell acceleration. You have to get the acceleration. For what? Throwing it away. Moksha is very important. To get the moksha only, dharma, artha, kama is kept. You getting it? So we should not say, I have dharma, artha, kama. Simply I am spinning. Sir, drop it. Next janma. This janma only spinning. Sir, our culture is very beautiful culture. The goal is to throw only how to spin. But in our case, only we are spinning, we are not throwing. What is your age? 95. Is there any idea to throw? No. Only 95. Only 95. Sir, you are 95. Throw. Bhajagovindam. Well, so when we see this, or that game, we'll understand. To throw only, it is meant there. So we have to throw it to enter into Bhuman. The gateway is ready, then we have to. Still, we should not come back and see this. Yeah, attraction is there. The attractions are there. The very nice board is kept that when we take your car, go, and after some time you see where is the attraction. Attraction means what? You go and have some tea or something to eat. The attraction. The name is very nice there. Attraction, entry, exit, main way, lane. Oh, perfect. So many words are very technical words. When you take the car, you are driving the car with Vedantic ideas. Entry, main way. Exit, samsara. For what? Attractions. Very nice. Names are very good. The lanes, you keep on your lane. If you go to other lane, accident. Oh, super. So you are living everyday Vedantic idea. Okay? So this is the point. Now, in Aparokshanubhuti, so one point was said, we understood it's very difficult to follow this. We understood, but very difficult to follow. How to come out of this kind of pleasure. So we have to shift from pleasure to ananda. So I feel little difficult. Gurudev says, yes, this is difficult only. He accepts. And he brings very nice idea. Now see, the sadhaka mind, our sadhaka mind is, sadhaka mind is working. Aparokshanubhuti, Gurudev's commentary Aparokshanubhuti, for this sloka, 56th sloka, Though this waking state of daily transactions is experienced by us, it is unreal. The transaction is unreal. Yeah, this is unreal. So whatever the pleasure we enjoy, that's also unreal. Like a dream. This is like dream because it is contradicted. Yeah, we studied, we understood. Okay. You just go to 56th sloka of Aparoksha Anubhuti. There one point only brought. The point is here, sir, I understood there's nothing in this world, but still I have attraction for this world. And Gurudev, supposing a girl falls in love with a boy. Nice story, nice message. Every day you have to keep like this, one point at least. Very nice. Girl falls in love with a boy. And the boy too. Opposite side also. The boy too. Loves her. And so they decide to get married. Naturally, the decision should go like that. Married. But the parents of the girl, her relatives and friends convincingly tell her that the boy is a criminal. He is a criminal boy. Now only we understood criminal. All the parents, friends and relatives, all these people they found. Already 2-3 years, we started 3 years back. Now we are senior. In this field, we are senior. Now only the parents are criminal. Who has cheated many other girls like this. Okay? The urge had to give up the idea of marrying, giving up. Hey, stop it. Luckily, you are not getting married. You stop it. Just tell. So you have to come out. Okay? This is the advice of the parents. Now what happens? Okay. Though the girl may nod to all that they say, though she is intellectually convinced, completely convinced, yes, you are right. This boy is very criminal. I don't want to get all this very clear. She says very clearly, the boy is cheat. Yet she does not want to accept. Point. Intellectually completely convinced. The heart is still longing. The conclusions of others, okay, does not want to accept the conclusions of others. She does not want to give up. The boy, for she has a great fascination for the boy, and this is but natural. Similarly, and our Gurudev's commentary, I don't know where he watched it very deeply and brought this idea. See, in our language, he explains Vedantic idea. Brilliant idea. Very practical. There's no wrong in it. Then you watch, even though intellectually the girl is convinced, but the fascination for this boy, still it's like in the same way, sadhak also, we study, we know, Gauravrti, Mudavrti, Satya, Chitta, Ananda. After the class, still we are going back and having something to eat. Anyway, Bhumananda is a very long way to get. At least I can get a small Vishayananda. Comes back. Whenever we get this kind of idea, we have Gurudev's commentary. Aparoksha Anubhuti, 56 sloka. Well, the original sloka is different, but the commentary, therefore we need to have great saints. According to our time, they will give example. Adi Shankaracharya cannot give this kind of thing. He can also give, but we are living in modern world. So modern example we need. Then and there, great masters, they come and they give us example according to our practical life. Interesting, right? The similar. Even though we know why we are not able to attach with Bhumananda, this is the point. Okay. This is the last sloka, it's completing. Yeah, concluded, I told the topics over, the Palashurti. Priyat Harihi, Priyat Hariharo Anena, Brahmanandena Sarvada, Payat Sharirinaha Sarvana, Swasiritan Suddhamanasan. May the Lord, may Hari and Hara be pleased at all time with this section called Bliss of Brahman. May the Lord be pleased by studying. When we study, Lord is pleased. Why? This fellow is moving here and there, doing nothing. Now he is sitting 5 days in the class and studying. This fellow, I am pleased. Lord Hari is pleased, Lord Hara is pleased when you study. This is called, when you study scriptures, this is Brahma Yajna, Rishi Yajna. So if you want to thank Rishis, we have to study their book. So studying the book of Brahma Vidya, pleasing the Lord, pleasing the rishis, is a very great kind of work. For this only we have taken birth actually. Payacharinaha, may he protect, okay, Brahman, and may he protect all the pure-hearted beings who take refuge in. Pure-hearted beings, who? We only. Me? Pure heart? Yeah, Shuddha Manasa. Whoever is attending this class, Shuddha Manasa. Nice to hear. Nobody is telling in my house. Once more, Shuddha Manasa. Me? Yes. We all. May the Lord protect all the pure-hearted soul. Okay? Now, the question answer will take up. The second question answer. The sixth, I think. So, what's the difference between Ananda and Anandamaya Kosha? Brilliant question. What is the difference between bliss experienced and joy experienced? Bliss and joy. Okay? A good question. A very good question. You reflected very nicely. Shankat Pendarkar. Okay. Chocolate. Do you see this chocolate? The chocolate. This chocolate has got cover. Okay? The same chocolate is there, but I covered it. Can you see this cover? Or white cover? The white, some white cloth also. White cloth. Now see, the difference between the Anandamaya Kosha and Ananda, both are same only. The Anandamaya Kosha, the deep sleep we experience, Brahmananda only. The deep sleep, we experience Brahmananda. There is no objects there. Everything has gone, but we are experiencing Brahmananda. Only outside the sound is coming. Gurr, gurr, gurr. That is the physical frame is making the sound. Deep sleep, only Brahmananda. What is the difference between that? Is Anandamaya Kosha. Vedanta says that is Anandamaya Kosha. There is no object, but still you are in the deep sleep. Experiences so brilliant. So chocolate, now see the same chocolate there in Anandamaya Kosha, same chocolate in Ananda bliss. When you become saint, realized soul, then we take this Ananda as it is without a cover. Okay? In the deep sleep, what happens? The cover of ignorance is there. So we cover the chocolate with a cloth and we'll put it into the mouth. Okay, you cover the chocolate. When we smash this chocolate, in between you get small, what that taste that salt. Are you getting it? So the Ananda is covered with ignorance. Therefore, we enjoy this. We, along with the cloth also, when we chew, you get it, but very little taste is there. So we enjoy there, but it's covered with the ignorance. We are unaware of that experience. When we come out, then only we understand something deep experience. Are you getting it? We're covered with the ignorance. When you remove the cover, while we are living, while we are waking, when you remove the cover, then we become jnani. That's all. This is the difference between the ajnani who experience the same Brahmananda deep sleep, the jnani who experiences the Brahmananda while he is awake. That's all. So this is effortless. This is with the effort. That's all. With the effort means bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadya. So many janmas we have to take to get this. This is the difference between Ananda and Anandamaya Kosha. Okay. And what's the difference between this bliss and experience? Bliss. Experiment, joy. Yes. So bliss and joy. Joy means what? What do you mean by joy? Means pleasure. The bliss means Brahmananda. This is the Brahmananda, the original, real, the sun. The reflected sun is Vishayananda. So what the chapter says, you see the pot. We are very familiar with the pot and water. We are very familiar with our body and our mind because so much of worries, desires. What scripture says, shift your attention from the pot. Shift your attention from the water. Shift your attention from the water towards the reflection. First to come to reflection level. Take the reflection. Through the reflection, you get it. Through the reflection is Dwarabhuta. So when you study the reflection, you have to shift your attention. Oh, this is the original. This is original sun is bliss. Reflected sun is Ananda. That's all. And the joy experience is reflected. Even the Shantavritti also, when we experience Ananda, that is reflected only. Why? Shantavritti also has come under the category of Upadhi. I hope you understood, okay? So this is bliss, Brahman, and the reflected bliss in the mind, the Santavriti, is called pleasure. That's all. And the Santavriti also, what we experience is pleasure only. Why? Reflected. So you need to have Shantavriti to experience it. Here there is no Shantavriti, no Goravriti, no Mudavriti. So we attain Triputi Rahita. Okay? Beyond all the Upadis. This is the place where we have to reach, but this is the Dwara. Okay? This is joy experienced, Vishayananda. This is bliss. Absolute bliss. Okay. Okay, I'm right on. This is second day subject only we discussed. This is third day question. Yeah, right one. We are on right path. This is sadhaka. Yes, sadhaka. This is very good. Question from yes, sadhaka. This is very good. Till what stage are parents responsible for their children? Is it advisable to physically move away from them after a certain stage of spiritual growth? And you take the birds, the birds. And the birds are very small. The wings is not that grown. Once if they get wings, they will not stay with us. They will fly there. Till they get wings, the birds can stay with father and mother. Simple. Again, you have to ask, when the wings will grow? That according to their maturity, your family setup. So that parameters according to your situation and your child's growth. Okay. So you cannot say only 15 years. No. Every child has got a different mental strength, a different maturity level. The father, that approach, mother, there are so many things are involved. So this is you have to decide. Till the wings are growing, okay? Till the wings is getting grown. At that time only it will say, otherwise they will go. So no need to worry. So this is the point. You have to decide. Okay? Yeah, you have to decide. You see this. After that, you have to go to your certain stage for spiritual growth. Physically move away from them. After certain stage, you have to. That you have to. First, we should have a strong desire. I have to come out. Then we will definitely know this is the right time to get out. Dasarada decided this is the right time to get out. Okay? Dasarada decided very nice. Yeah, this is the right time. I have to hand over the position to Rama, then I have to move. Perfect time. Rama has grown and he got very nice exposure, married and came back. After marriage, 13 years, he lived in Ayodhya. This is the right time. He has got maturity. Now I don't want to stay. I have to move to forest to take rest, Rama. So this is how you have to decide. The question is very nice, but you have to see according to your situation and you have to decide. Okay? The pain and pleasure are two sides of same coin. How to reconcile pain and pleasure, peace, triangle with Dvandva. I don't know how you are asking. Pain and pleasure, two kinds, okay? So you have to throw away the coin, that's all. What? throw away the coin. I have to come to peace. Three things we studied. When we get pain, when we get the desire is not fulfilled, what kind of pain? Desire is fulfilled, what kind of pleasure? Even though we get pleasure, we accumulate vasana. Therefore, pain also a problem, vasana also a problem. Therefore, we have to move towards peace. Peace will get from Shantavriti. And we have to, when we enjoy the peace, we have to break that part also to reach the original, or the bliss. Is it okay? This is the triangle. We have studied this. And how are the Mishra Brahman and Amishra Brahman described in Bhagavad Gita 15? Yes. Now we studied Mishra. You can take up this and you apply in whichever way you understood. Is it okay? He said Uttama Purusha, Akshara Purusha. Yes, Uttama Purusha, Akshara Purusha is Amishra Brahman. Yes, Purushottama. Amishra Brahman, Kshara Purusha. Yeah, you are right. Mishra Brahman, please clarify. You are already clear. There is no need to clarify. In 15th chapter, Purushottama means Amishra Brahman. And when Purushottama comes down, Akshara Purusha. Akshara Purusha means this world. So Kshara Purusha, the Brahman mixed with this world. Purushottama is Amishra Brahman. Okay, no need to go little. Your understanding is clear. That's all. So whatever we have studied very nicely, understood very clearly. Your understanding about 15 chapters, good. Question Hariom, are not reflected bliss and absolute bliss one and the same? Yes, you are right. Just now we explained. Reflected bliss and what is that? Absolute bliss, yes. The word is very nicely reflected and absolute. Both are same. How? Why you want me to get reflected? Absolute. Reflected bliss itself is enough to enjoy the life. Okay. This is reflected and this is original. Both are same only, but it's not same. What? Yes, this is reflected, but it's original only. The original is getting reflected. See, both are same, but it's the reflection, this is original. Our face is reflected in a mirror. Our face only. But we are not keeping bindi for this reflected. You see the face and you put the bindi there. Putting here. Yeah. Both are same, but completely different. One is reflection, another one is origin. Yeah, you understood. This is very nice question you understood. This is reflection. This is the original. But both are same. Yeah, we discussed 3 types of effects of pain, pleasure. Then we have desire towards object. How do we categorize? When one has a desire fulfilling thoughts and actions at the same time, surrenders material benefits. Grace of Lord either at thought level and uses for his and his family worldliness. When the same person donates portion of the material, portion of material benefits for dharmic service, when the same person surrenders at the material benefits to benefit and uplift of society, donating the charity missionary center. Yeah, donate. Donate for the upliftment of the society, donate. This dharmic service you have to do. Okay? And the family needs. It's a very big question. It takes more time to understand and clarify. So what I'm doing, you have a desire to get money to help others, to donate for the charity or that organization. Very good. Do it. While we are doing this kind of activity, at the same time, you have to study Panchadasi also, and we have to study Sattva, Chitta, Ananda practice also. Is it okay? I think I have answered your question. Yeah, there's no wrong in it. While we are living in this world, we have to do our duty, get money and donate, and you also live happily. Nice road you have, nice car you get. So having nice road, ambassador, old car you should not get. Nice car there. Nice car. Enjoy your life, whatever you want. Fulfill it. And after fulfilling, understanding, drop it out. That's all. And if you have excess money, give to that organization. Let them use. So there is no wrong in it. So that parallelly we have to move. So all the worldly duties also we have to do at the same time. We have to move inside also. Both are needed. Okay. So you can give more to upliftment of the societies wherever the fund is needed. Question 5. Okay. What is the difference between Ananda and our experience joy, such as eating your favorite ice cream? Just to understand only I brought ice cream. I don't take ice cream. If I take ice cream, I get cold immediately. Okay. Because I saw the ice cream is looking nice with a silver spoon I brought. You are telling your favorite ice cream. Anyway, good ice cream. So this we just now explained. Okay, the same question is answered. What is the difference between Ananda and experienced joy? Yeah, the reflected joy and the original joy. So reflected sun and the original sun. Is it okay? Does the bliss differ from our normal experience of? Yes. The bliss is different from normal experience. Normal experience in joy means what? The pleasure from object. That's all. Yeah, that is totally different. Yeah. The joy is what we get from outside. The situation and the surroundings, the people, the things. Joy is there. but that is reflected. So whatever scriptures are saying, reflected. To reflect, you need to have objects. So every now and then you will not get objects. Therefore, you just leave it, come to the original. Without objects, you can enjoy. There we need to have upadhi. Here, without upadhi, you will enjoy. So this is also we discussed. Just now we discussed. Yesterday's question. Okay. In today's class, that means yesterday's class. Okay. Yesterday's question, today's class, we saw the detachment is a reflected bliss. Okay. But how do we achieve detachment, especially with our beloved? It is not our love, our loved one, our attached one. So we are using this love, the word. Yeah, we can use, there's no problem. How do we achieve a detachment, especially? How do we get detachment? This is a big thing. Particularly, I can detach very quickly from my life partner. Already detached after marriage, second year itself detached. Easy. Every house, easy. I'm ready to move from this house, but I'm worrying about my children. Why the attachment with the children are very deep. See the Maya, how it works. When these two people come together, they live very happily and they can dismantle, they can go. So you go in your way, I go on. There's no that what do you call it? Commitment. I don't like you, but you only told 2 years back, I like you so much. At that time, I didn't have that much knowledge. Now I have knowledge about you. Your Godavrti, Moodavrti. You get out. You are Gora. You are Muda. And the man says, you are Gora. And she also says, hey, already you are Muda. There is no Shanti in that house. My house name is Shanti Nilayam. Here, Gora and Muda, they are fighting. But when they get children, commitment is very deep. See how Maya plays. Otherwise, these two people, they will go in their leaving the children. So Maya is so powerful, this father's attachment, mother's attachment, so deep, connected. To take care, otherwise they will stand in the street. Power. You cannot move. And the attachment is very powerful. There comes the social commitment, social responsibility. Super creation. Even the birds also, animals also see the brilliant, great affection. From that affection only the responsibility comes. Okay. So that is needed for the nice life. Yeah. So this attachment, love, care, everything is very, very much needed. In any family, the love should be there. Out of love only, the sacrifice comes, understanding comes, the bond comes, everything is needed for the beginners, in the beginning level. So when we grow the same family, then we have to study, understand, slowly, detachment should be developed. So this is not wrong. This is needed for any family. In those days, we have a big family. Now it's a nuclear family. What is that? The big family. What do you call that?
Joint family, Swamiji.
Joint family. Yes, joint family. You need to have the love, affection. Gurudev also says when you come together, we make the missionary thing. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. That should be there. So the attachment should not come. Without knowledge, when you come together, then that is attachment. With the knowledge, when you come together, then that is love. And that is the difference. Okay. So how we have to develop this? Please provide some practical tips. How to do it? Only one attitude we have to develop. We have to take the train journey. So when you get up on the train somewhere in the station, already people are sitting in that bogie. Okay, when we take birth in that family, already people are there. So we live in that family 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, okay, 80 years, okay, 90 years in that family. Many people got down from the train. That means they have gone. That bogie. When we enter, so many people are sitting. While we are traveling, so many people got down in different stations. One day we are also getting out of the station. Just like train journey. We get into train in some station, we have to get out. So in between, we have so many people to talk, discuss. That's all. In train journey, so we spend 4 or 5 years. In the life, we spend 70, 80 years. That's all. So when we develop this kind of attitude, the whole life is like journey, very, very easily we can get detachment. The powerful practical tip. Okay? Very, very practical. So flight journey is not good. If something happens, all the people will go to Kailas in one stroke. We are not getting it out. So all people are getting into the boarding one time, or getting out one time. So this train is very perfect example. That's all. When we develop this attitude, then we can get detachment. Is it okay? Sri Swami Vivekananda mentioned Maharishi Yajnavalkya in his lecture on practical Vedanta and said, every man should give up the world when he becomes old. Many people, even though they became old, they will not give up, particularly the position. Position they hold, they will not hold. And we are also, you are getting old. When are you getting down from the position? What old? I am only 70-year-old. 70-year young man. So he has jeans and what the t-shirt. 70-year. So you have to get down. Other people are waiting. They also should achieve something. Swami Vivekananda told every man should give up the world when he becomes old. When he becomes old, he have to give up. How do we apply this today's world? How do you apply? Already you told you have to apply. That's all. When you become old, you have to give chance to other people. Simple. Yeah, you enjoy the life, you enjoy the position, power, everything you have seen, just move away. So the very nice learning from Dasaratha Chakravarti. Dasaratha says, I enjoyed the life. I have seen all power, everything. You read second Adhyaya of Ayodhya Kanda of Ramayana, very clearly says, Rama, I do not have anything to do in this. I am completely satisfied. That's completely satisfied. Only one thing I have to do. What is that? That is your Pattabhishekam. That's all. In a complete life, this Dasaratha lived. He says in his own mouth, complete. There's nothing. There's no completely satisfied. So before we getting into this kind of old age, we have to fulfill all small things. Fulfill it. Get out. Whatever dharmic kind of desires, just to fulfill, get out. No need to test. I want to test one more thing, sir. No need to create one desire. Already whatever small desire, fulfill, get out. Okay, we have to get maturity. Swami Vivekananda says, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. There are 3 things. When we reach Vanaprastha, while living in this Grihastha, we have to develop the detachment, ready for Vanaprastha. Once ready for Vanaprastha, get Sannyasa. Very perfect. Swami Vivekananda brought this idea of Sanatana Dharma all over the world. Even though he liked Buddha, he liked Jesus, but he is telling Buddha how Jesus, destroyed Greece and Rome. The same way Buddha also destroyed Indian Sanatana Dharma. In the book East and West. So he liked Buddha and he had darshan of Buddha and Jesus also, but he is not behind Jesus and Buddha. Their way and their life is totally different. So even though the goal is same, all these people are goal is same, but they show different way. That is meant for sannyasa. So he's not recommending Buddha and Jesus for the common man. So for the common man, he says you get up and fight. First, before people are coming and asking him, sir, I want to learn Bhagavad Gita. He says, first you go and play football. You getting it? It's a very practical person. So if you come to Sanatana Dharma, it's very, very practical. I tell you don't take Buddha and Jesus. These people meant for sannyasa. Okay? If you read the book East and West, you can understand very, very clearly how to understand Sanatana Dharma. Very practical person. So he says, Brahmacharya Grihastha, then you have to come to, there you have to drop sannyasa. Get out. That's a very clear way of Sanatana Dharma. Please share your practical tips on how to speak less, eat less, sleep less, and stop wasting time. It's a very good question. But you have to decide. I do not know where you are living, what is your background. This kind of thing also is not good. So my suggestion, why you want to speak less, eat less, and sleep less? Why? You need to have sleep 6 to 7 hours, including the class. You need to have. Whenever it's getting bored, just close your eyes. That's all. Or switch off the screen. You need to have sleep. Moderate sleep, moderate that food, moderate. Everything should be, not less. So you are telling less. Why you are about that controlling yourself? Just leave it. People are telling, if I eat less and speak less, I become spiritual sadhak. Sir, spiritual sadhak means understanding how we are making the effort. The practical life, according to our that place, we need to speak. Suppose you are working in the reception of this big hotel. You have to speak. You are a sales manager. Speaking is your profession. You have to do it. Okay. So what kind of suggestion Lord Krishna is giving in Bhagavad Gita? Go to 6th chapter, 16 and 17 sloka. Krishna is very, very clear. You read Bhagavad Gita, 16, 17 slokas from 6th chapter, Dhyana Yoga. Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikanta manashnataha nachati swapnashilasya jagruto naiva charjuna. Arjuna, you should not go too extreme. Yukta hara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. In everything, the moderate unit is needed. That's all. This is the advice from Lord Krishna from 6th chapter. Please go and read more. You'll get more information. So we should not say this, eat less, eat properly. If your body needs more, have it. That's all. Today I feel, feeling is not good. Don't have it. That's all. It's all moderate. We have to enjoy the life. While we are working at the same time, we have to enjoy the life also. Enjoy means what? Lord has given very nice chance. Thanking him. Oh, good. Very nice breeze. Enjoy. Nice sun. Enjoy. Nice sunset. Oh. So you have to move with life and enjoying life at the same time, growing inside. Okay. So we should not create this kind of eat less, more, less. No. So if it is needed, talk more. If it is not needed, no need. That's all. Hanuman is very moderate. If somebody calls, he will work. Otherwise, he will sit and do japa. That's all. Jambavan calls, Hanuman, yes, sir. You fly? Okay, sir. Don't fly? Okay, sir. Moderate. Okay. In Ghora and Moda mind, also the little joy we experience reflected Brahman, and that too only when we turn introvert. Okay. What does it mean by turning introvert in those moods, in these moods? As we are completely extrovert in this mood, can you kindly clarify? Okay. The introvert, extrovert, this is extrovert. When you think thinking about something which is not available, when we think about that, the mind goes out, okay? Our mind goes about and thinking. So this is called Ghoravritti, Moodavritti. This extrovert mind goes. We are thinking about something. When we get some object, what we thought we get it. When thought, what that, fulfilled, thought is going out of the mango. The mango comes in front of us, all the thoughts are stopped, okay? When all the thoughts are stopped, when you see the mango, because we are thinking about mango, when we see this, thoughts are stopped. The outgoing thoughts are turned towards introvert. So at that time, the reflection of Brahman is happening. Therefore, we are getting joy. Wow. So thoughts are moving towards the job, which is not available. When we get the thing, the thoughts are going introvert. At that time, reflection is happened. That's all. This is called extrovert and introvert. Okay? So we studied this elaborately. Now, take away. I'll take a few minutes then finish. Okay, I have 7 o'clock Ramayana class. Anyway, I have brought you. You have to take something away. Okay, so take away. How to fight? Just I'm giving you. I'm not going to explain. I give you the subject, then you can take. The first one: why should I develop Sattva Guna? If anybody asks you, there definitely. If anybody, why should I develop Sattva Guna? Answer is there here. If you develop Sattva Guna, Brahman's Ananda is reflected. You give elaborate explanation, okay? This is takeaway one. Unwinding. So you have to unwind all the Rajo Guna and Tamo Guna, then you have to develop Sattva Guna. Unwinding process only. Why values are appreciated more than skills? Here values are appreciated. Sattva guna, sattva vritti is more appreciated. Here Vidyaranya Swami is not asking us to develop skills. No, you develop good qualities. Okay? Now all the scriptures, skills are appreciated, but values are more important than the skills. Skills will bring wealth and pleasure. Okay? If you are a very skilled person, you get wealth. From the wealth, you get all kinds of pleasure. Big house, big land, and golf court next to my house. Oh, car, this and that, all position, power, everything we get. Why? We had skill, I got wealth, I get pleasure. But only in value we get bliss. When I develop value sattva guna, then the peace comes, then the bliss comes. Okay? If you want to get peace and bliss, values. If you want to get wealth and pleasure, skills. Therefore, here, our Vidyaranya Swami is more about value than the skills. So we have to understand, we are not denying this. This is also needed. Equally, this is also needed. But more attention should go to here. Why? Permanent peace, permanent bliss. This is temporary wealth, temporary pleasure. So while we are enjoying this, at the same time, we have to, full attention should be here. Okay? Suppose people are asking, why should I develop values? The answer is there. This is the takeaway. Why face is the index of the mind? Why again and again? Children, Papa, why face is index of mind? Face is not, the mind is not reflection. Mind is index. Okay? So whatever there in the mind, the face is not reflecting. It is showing. Are you getting it? This is not reflection. Face is not the reflection of the mind. Face is index. It shows. It comes. Are you getting it? Reflection is different. Face is not the reflection of mind. Face is index. Are you getting it? The difference. Now, say, Spatika only shows whatever it has got the color behind. Blue color Spatika. Red color Spatika. Okay? The mind shows whatever is there behind the face is showing whatever is behind the mind or behind the face. I hope you are getting it. Many times what happens when you say index of mind is a reflection, this is not reflection of the mind, the index. So the flow of thoughts, the thought is flowing through the face, not reflecting. Are you getting it? So whatever we have in the mind, the face shows. That's all. So therefore, we can see the person's heart through the face. When Vibhishana comes, all people are completely confused how to identify this person. Hanuman says, look at his face, you will understand. Therefore, if you want to identify, if you want to understand the person, look at the face, you can understand his heart. It's hiding something. Hiding also can be seen in the face. Particularly when you go to the American and the entry, immigration. They will look at you, hey, what you brought from India? Takali tokku. Pulikachal. Something you pack. And the dog comes and the dog smells. Get it. The face shows that there is Takali tokku. Pulikachal. That's all. Oh, my mother made it. Oh, 2 kilograms. Throw it away. Then you cry, you come. Your face shows the mind. Okay? And why desire is a root cause of all suffering. We understood. Very clear study. All the things. All the questions I am bringing you, if somebody asks you, now you have answered very clear, pakka, logical answer. Therefore, this is all takeaway. Already we studied. Okay? This is the root. Desire is a root and problem or that like tree. What is a reflected happiness and real happiness? You studied. I'm not explaining. Just what is jnana sadhana? Jnana sadhana means this bhakti sadhana, puja, japa, dhyana. Jnana sadhana here you have to give up. What is jnana sadhana? Already I'm not going to explain. Already understood. Jnana sadhana means seeing the satta, seeing the chitta, seeing the ananda. In this aspect, okay? This is jnana sadhana. This sloka of 5th chapter is 22nd sloka, you just remember, okay? In this sloka, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya is writing commentary. He says one brilliant idea. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya says for this shloka, 5th chapter, 22nd shloka, he says, Na samsare sukasya gandha matramapi asti. Sukasya, the pleasure, sukasya gandha, the fragrance of sukham also is not there in samsara. Samadhi. Big blow. Samsare sukasya gandha matramapi asti. Gandham, the fragrance of gandham also is not there in the samsara. Powerful statement. Okay, this is very relevant, therefore I brought one simple tips. All the religious masters were men of profound contemplation, engaged in subjective research of the truth and binds all the laws of nature. Okay, Gurudev's mind. The men of contemplation were not content with the mechanical discovery of the laws. Okay, they are not lost, endeavored, but endeavored to understand the discover, the lawgiver. All the saints are spending their time to study about lawgiver, not the law. All the ordinary scientists, they are interested in laws, but the saintly people, they are interested in lawgivers. Okay, we are not talking about how to develop the skill. We are talking about how to develop the skill of getting sattva guna, getting bliss. Different subject. We are handling very different subject, very different route, permanent route. The benefit is so much, Bhumanandam. Okay? And one more. Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayanji made Panchadasi to practice. In the 15th chapter, he made one whole Panchadasi 15th chapter, he made one article. Gurudev. One article. In the Kindle Life, you just go to Kindle Life, take the Kindle Life, chapter number 4, the joy of living. Chapter number 4, the joy of living is nothing but 15th chapter Panchadasi condensed. That's all. This is for your homework. I'm not going to explain because I don't have time. Okay. 15th chapter Panchadasi is condensed and kept in joy of living by our Gurudev. Just you study 15th chapter, go and study life, the Kindle Life. You are amazed how Gurudev studied 15th chapter, brought down the scriptures for the common man. Brilliant guy. Very brilliant person. Every PhD student or grade to the master degree, those who are, they have to study Panchadasi 15th chapter, Jaffling, you know how to convert it. How to convert. Brilliant, okay? I'm not going to explain. This is the subject he's discussing there. You just go there, just I have shown you. Okay? That's all. This is your homework. So I don't have time to read that. So otherwise, I would have explained it. 15th chapter Panchadasi, the joy of living. You will be amazed who is Swami Chinmayananda. The common man, how he brought. Because all we studied Sanskrit and a very brilliant idea. Common man, simple article. This is what the great masters, they come down to our level and teach the Vedanta. Okay? So thank you very much. I discussed this thing with you. I'm also satisfied. You are all very nice students. Serious questions you asked. Nalla student. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.